The other day, I was talking to my wife about how growing up, I genuinely loved One Direction and Justin Bieber. Songs like What Makes You Beautiful, One Time, and One Less Lonely Girl honestly brought me a lot of joy. But as a guy, there was almost this pressure to pretend you didn't like that kind of music because it was seen as feminine or embarrassing or for girls. And eventually, I started thinking, why do we slowly abandon things that make us happy just to fit into the version of ourselves we think other people expect? Because the truth is, those songs made me happy. And I think when you're younger, we're naturally more connected to joy. As kids, we found happiness in the simplest things: candy, ice cream, playing basketball, going to the park, seeing our friends during summer break. Life just felt much lighter. But somewhere along the way, something changed. We became so focused on a particular finish line that we started viewing the race itself as a burden. Everything became about achievement, performance, money, success, getting ahead, and just trying not to fall behind. And little by little, joy became quieter. Not because it disappeared, but because stress became louder. Now, a lot of us wake up already overwhelmed before we've even had breakfast. We immediately start thinking about work, about bills, about deadlines, about pressure, about where we think we should be by now. Maybe we think, I should already own a house. My loans should already be paid off. I should be further ahead in life. I should have everything figured out by now because all my friends do. And because those things aren't fully resolved, we carry this constant low grade anxiety everywhere we go. Sometimes we even get stressed about being stressed. And after a while, our minds become trained to search for problems before noticing beauty. That's why joy starts feeling distant. Not because life stopped offering it, but because our attention got hijacked. And honestly, I think one of the saddest parts of adulthood is how easy it becomes to overlook the small things that quietly make life beautiful. A good conversation, a peaceful drive home, a song that you love listening to, hearing your spouse laugh at a joke that you made, sunlight coming through the window first thing in the morning, making coffee slowly in the morning, even dinner with family, a prayer, even also just being healthy enough to experience another day. Those moments still matter. We just stop noticing them. A few mornings ago, before work, I went on a walk outside after it had rained the night before. And for once, I wasn't listening to music. I wasn't listening to a podcast. I was just walking, and I remembered smelling the rain from the night before and looking at the water droplets sitting on the plants and noticing how green everything looked. And for a moment, everything felt quiet, not empty, peaceful. I remember just admiring God's creation and feeling grateful that I was able to experience that moment. And it made me realize how disconnected we've become from simple presence, because a lot of us have spent so much time surviving that we don't even know how to simply exist anymore. We've become uncomfortable with peace. Even on our days off, we mentally leave ourselves. We're physically at home, but mentally we're at work. Mentally replaying conversations. Mentally worrying about money. Mentally stressing about things we can't change in that moment. You can sit in a beautiful moment while emotionally being completely absent from it. And I think we quietly abandon joy in a lot of ways by constantly rushing to the next thing, the next appointment, the next patient, the next meeting, the next goal, by constantly comparing ourselves to people online, by consuming negativity all day, by constantly living mentally somewhere else instead of where our feet actually are. And eventually, stress becomes so loud that joy almost becomes background noise. And that's why I think gratitude matters so much. Not because gratitude magically removes hardship, but because it retrains your mind to notice life again, to notice what stress was trying to make invisible. Because the truth is, there will always be something wrong. There will always be more money to make, more goals to chase, more things to improve. But if we aren't careful, we can spend our entire lives chasing better while ignoring the good. And I don't want to live like that. I don't want achievement to make me emotionally unavailable to my own life. I don't want to become so consumed with pressure that I stop noticing the people I love. I don't want joy to become background noise. So lately, I've been trying to slow down more. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Trying to actually experience moments while they're happening instead of rushing past them mentally. Trying to notice when life is quietly being kind to me. Because maybe joy was never completely gone. Maybe we just stopped noticing it.